Your gut is being treated as one condition, when it's actually 5 completely different ones. This isn't a technicality. Gastroenterologists classify IBS into 5 distinct subtypes. Eat 5 types, 5 different breakdowns, and most people have never even heard of 2 of them. But before we get into those 5 types, there's something about your gut most people get completely wrong. Your gut doesn't just break food down. It moves it through a system that stretches over 25 feet. That movement is called peristalsis, a wave of muscle contractions that pushes everything in one direction. Most people think IBS means a sensitive stomach, but IBS is actually a traffic system malfunction, speed, timing, or signal failure. And your brain is sending instructions to that system all day long. When motility works, everything flows. When it doesn't, things either race through or grind to a halt. Now that you know how that system is supposed to work, let's see what happens when it breaks. IBS-D and IBS-C are the 2 most commonly diagnosed subtypes, and together they make up most IBS cases. Most people think IBS-D means weak digestion. It actually means the highway has no speed limit. Everything moves too fast for your body to absorb properly. Think of it as the express lane. Vehicles racing without brakes, blowing past every exit ramp. The nutrients your body needs are passing through before your gut can grab them. Hypersensitive gut nerves trigger faster contractions, and your colon floods with excess water. You know that feeling of mapping out every bathroom along your commute before you even leave the house? That's IBS-D. Now flip it completely. IBS-C is total gridlock. Nothing moves for days. Most people think constipation means you need more fiber. But with IBS-C, more fiber can make it worse. The highway is already jammed. Adding more cars only backs things up further. Your signals are telling the muscles to slow down, sometimes stopping them entirely. 20 minutes on the toilet, scrolling through your phone, and nothing happens. That's the gridlock. One gut speeds up, the other slows down. Same highway, opposite malfunction. 95% of your body's serotonin is made right inside your gut. That same molecule linked to your mood is also controlling whether your gut races or stalls. Stress, poor sleep, and irregular meals tend to amplify both subtypes. Eating at roughly the same hours each day may help your gut find a predictable rhythm instead of chaos. If IBS-D and IBS-C each break the system in one direction, what happens when your gut can't pick a side? Some people don't fit neatly into IBS-D or IBS-C. Their gut alternates between both. It's called IBS-M, Irritable Bowel Syndrome mixed, and it's officially recognized as its own subtype. Most people assume IBS-M is just a mild version of both. It's not. Think of it as a flickering traffic light. Red, green, with no pattern and no warning. Your gut signals are oscillating between speeding up and slamming the brakes, sometimes back to back. The autonomic nervous system keeps shifting between 2 modes, one that accelerates and one that stalls. This isn't a predictable alternation where you get a week of one, then a week of the other. It's completely random switching. That's what makes IBS-M so disorienting. Ever had a great gut day and thought you were finally cured? Then you wake up with the exact opposite symptoms. Scientists observe that IBS-M patients often report the highest anxiety scores of all subtypes. The unpredictability itself becomes a stressor, and that stress feeds right back into the gut. Anxiety worsens the motility chaos, which increases anxiety, which worsens the motility again. Tracking your meals and symptoms in a simple journal may help you spot your own triggers inside the randomness. Not to find the perfect diet, but to find your pattern inside what feels like no pattern at all. IBS-M is also the subtype most likely to be reclassified over time. Some patients ship. Those three types all come from how your gut moves, but the last two don't start with motility at all. Not all IBS begins with a sensitive gut. Sometimes it starts with a single event your body never fully recovered from. PI-IBS stands for post-infectious IBS. It develops after a confirmed gastrointestinal infection. Most people treat food poisoning as a one-time thing, but for some, the infection leaves and the damage stays. Think of it as the road after the storm. The storm is gone, but the surface is still cracked and uneven. That leftover inflammation changes gut permeability, disrupts your microbiome, and sensitizes the nerves. Symptoms can linger for months, sometimes years, after the original infection has cleared. Ever gotten food poisoning on vacation and felt like your stomach was never quite the same afterward? Roughly 1 in 9 people who get bacterial gastroenteritis go on to develop PI-IBS. That's not rare. That's a significant fraction of everyone who catches a stomach bug. With PI-IBS, the storm has a name. You know what triggered it. But the fifth type has no storm on record. IBS-U means IBS unsubtyped. Your stool patterns don't clearly match D, C, or M. That doesn't mean nothing is wrong. It means your symptoms don't follow the patterns we've named yet. You know the feeling. Googling your symptoms at 2 a.m. and getting 5 completely different answers? IBS-U may involve subtle motility shifts, visceral hypersensitivity, or microbiome patterns. Medical classification is still a work in progress. Not every body fits neatly into existing boxes. 5 types, 5 different breakdowns on the same highway. Here's the part that ties them all together. Your entire gut is one highway system. Speeding, gridlock, flickering signals, storm damage, and mystery potholes. The express lane and the gridlock. IBS-D and IBS-C. One highway, 2 opposite malfunctions. The flickering traffic light, IBS-M. The signal is broken, but tracking your own pattern is the first step. The road after the storm, PI-IBS. The infection left, but the cracks stayed. And the mystery potholes, IBS-U. Your symptoms are real, even when the label doesn't fit yet. Knowing which breakdown you're dealing with changes how you understand every signal your gut sends. And that brings us to the single most important thing to take away from all of this. Your gut lining replaces itself every few days. Your body is constantly rebuilding, even when it doesn't feel like it. The real shift isn't a diagnosis or a label. It's the moment you stop treating your gut like one problem. Knowledge changes the conversation between you and your body, and between you and your doctor. If symptoms are affecting your daily life, a gastroenterologist can help identify your specific subtype. 5 types, 5 different stories. Which one sounds most like yours? Drop it in the comments.